What, why are you handing me this? What is this, more trash? Oh, look how big you are. Oh, this is very nice. Hey, we gotta get this framed.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, oh my god, I've finally done it. I've finally given in and made our very own badge for the first time in this series after 3 years of doing it. You guys have been asking me to do it, asking me to make new kits for a while, and I've finally given in with the badge. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm hoping for positive comments, mostly overall. This is the first time you're really seeing the creative side of my design ability, but I've done the best I think I can with this badge, and it's here to stay. This is the official AC Capri badge. I'll do it from now on in this series. This is a turning point. That is what this season is going to be all about. Welcome to Season 6. This is going to be the start of a new era at Capri. That's all I'm going to say. Let's start it off with some even more new things. Here's some new kits. And yes, I have not designed my own kits. I've tried mods with kits in the past, and none of them look really good. I've tried getting kits in the game for Create a Club, and it just doesn't really work anyways, but honestly, those are fire. We've still got the Jordan brand. I think Michael Jordan's a low-key fan of this AC Capri team. Keep supporting us a little bit financially. We'll take it. Now, without further ado, welcome to Season 6. Let's go over what we're gonna go over in this episode. Obviously, new club badge, new kits, but we're gonna recap Season 5 one more time and go over the player of the season and the goal of the season that I'm gonna show you for the first time. In other news, there's going to be a captaincy change at Capri. Ciro Capitani has decided to pass the badge to someone else at the club. Talk about a new era. I think our captain is realizing that the future of the club is not with him starting at center back every game anymore, so he really wants to make sure this club is in good hands, and I respect that. And then we're not going to play our first league match of the season, but I am going to show you preseason highlights like I usually do with the academy tournaments. But since we've got so many players coming back, so many players that aren't going to play a ton that I think we'd want to show off in the preseason, I'll show off some great highlights from the preseason, and then we are going to kick off season number 6, where the feeling at the club now is starting to make sure we belong and maybe taking a next step in the Coppa Italia this year. I think the objective for the season, besides staying up in the Serie A, is to at least make the round of 16. I'm thinking at least quarterfinals of the Coppa Italia this year. I really think we can do it if we put our hearts into it. So let's get into it. Your player of the episode from episode 33, the finale of last season, and the season 5 player of the season, Dorjalis Nene, our winger from Mali, who was new last season and led the club in goals. Led the club in clutch moments too. He's a massive reason we are still in the Serie A today. From last episode's win, he got 2 new playstyles and we made sure his potential went up by 1, but for winning player of the season, I gave his potential another up 1, so now he's at 81. His overall went up to a 79 in between seasons. And not only did we give him 2 playstyles, but I gave him a 3rd for winning player of the season, so now he's got technical, rapid, and flair. And we'll go over more of the squad later, but let's show off goal of the season from season 5. Here are your other candidates. Roy wins it back. Dorjalis Nene with a shot here. Oh my god, Dorjalis Nene! A rocket out of nowhere! Mboube, doing well. Sam Mboube, taking the space he's given. Mboube, still with it. Weak foot! Sam Mboube, are you kidding me? Come on, Roy, he gets it. Zachary Brockyard. Oh my god, Zachary Brockyard! Where did that come from? A lightning bolt! And then, goal of the season. I decided to give it to a goal that both showed a ton of quality from the player and was a really huge moment in the season for the team. The weight of the goal was absolutely massive. It was Dorgelis Nene against Como in the last episode of the season. With one match to play in the season, he won us the game 1-0. It was a beautiful ball from Kennedy Panzo over the top, and the way he took it on the half volley was absolutely perfect. Let's relive that moment one more time. Come on, off of the corner. Things break down a little bit here, and Panzo comes away from a crowd. Kennedy Panzo trying to use a little bit of pace here. Panzo, perfect ball. It's timed well. Here's Dorgelis Nene. Who gives Capri the lead? Come on. What a moment from Kennedy Panzo. A perfect through ball, and Dorgelis Nene takes the lead in the goal scoring department on the season for Capri, and a massive lead on the scoreboard today. Capri, as of right now, as long as Napoli can help us out, just might be safe. But now it is time to officially get into Season 6 things. Since we've already gone over here and there, what else is going on? Luigi Rigatoni, that pasta protector from Italy, is the new captain of AC Capri.
Captain!
Yeah?
And you may be wondering, why Luigi? He's a goalkeeper, we're bringing in Racciapi, he's probably gonna take half his playing time. Well, Luigi Rigatoni is one of those day one players. He's 23 years old now, he's got 80 potential, he's gonna be a lifer at Capri, you can already tell, and he is our #1 choice in goal. But I'm sure you're wondering, it is absolutely worth mentioning another name. We are naming Samuel Mbube our co-captain of the club. So basically, whenever Luigi Rigatoni is not starting and it's Anthony Racciapi, it's going to be Samuel Mbube who captains AC Capri. Now, let's talk about Loquencio Zafau. This dude has been getting attention all year, all summer, from big clubs, from all kinds of clubs across Europe. Basically, long story short, Loquencio Zafau wants to leave. And I've gotta say, I feel like it's mostly his agent's doing. And I completely understand the ambition, don't get me wrong. Odell Tingling and I sat down about this conversation, talked about it, and we've had a change of heart. We're going to let Loquencio go and pursue his ambitions.
Yes.
There's 12, 15, 20 clubs probably knocking on our door versus just 2 or 3 last season, and I want him to be able to flourish at a club in a position to win right now, since that's not really where Capri are. I mean, we're fighting relegation and probably will again this season, and he's getting attraction from clubs that are competing in Europe, so I want to take advantage of the heavy interest he has currently, both ways, for him and for us financially. You can see he's currently valued at $35.5 million. I'm sure we can get 50, 60 million for this dude, and oh, we're gonna use it. And the other reason we can kind of do this so comfortably right now, or even just a little bit more comfortably than last year, with the rise of a player like Dorgelis Nene as a goal scorer, I'm less worried about where our goals are going to come from. And to be honest, we've had a legendary striker carry us to the Champions League final, a la Awushi Adu at Battersea in FIFA 23, and Nikolai Zivergajins last year with Barrow Town. So in part, I kind of want to see it happen a little bit different for AC Capri. Not to say that we're going to have no stars in the attack, but that's kind of what's carried us the last 2 years of this. We're going to miss Loquencio, there's no doubt, but we're going to make the most of this move for Capri as well.
I understand it now.
Actually, let's head back into the squad. Before we get into that transfer window, let's go over the squad. Let's review the overall's potentials and where we're sending players out on loan. First thing you're gonna notice, new player, pre-contract arrival. Welcome to AC Capri, Anthony Racciapi. I believe that is how you say his last name. The Swiss international joined on a pre-contract agreement from Hull City. And this is just a reminder of the transfer rule I set in this series because there's 2 exceptions, one of them being this pre-contract agreement or free transfer as you'll hear it called. We took advantage of it with Anthony Racciapi, but we can also loan in a player that we can eventually buy if we can find the funds. But our rule is 1 permanent transfer per season. Alright, just wanted to remind us all of that, but let's get back to the squad. He's a 75 overall, 1 overall higher than Luigi Rigatoni, who's very close to a 75. But as I'm sure you know, Luigi Rigatoni is now the captain and he is taking the number 1, Rachapi will wear 12. As we noted in the middle of last season, Vasilis Vasiliadis has decided to take his talents elsewhere and hopefully be the number 1 goalkeeper is what I think he wants. So it's definitely not good riddance. He made 67 appearances for Capri and had 13 clean sheets. Alright, let's go a little quicker. Pablo Guzman still out on loan, 70 overall now, 76 potential. He's 21 years old. Sergiu Romanescu, we've sent him out on another loan to Randers. 67 overall now is great. He's up to an 81 potential, so he's been improving out on loan. Henry Verkouteren, as you can see, decided to request a call up to the senior team, and at his overall, it only meant I had to send him out on loan. So we sent him out to the club that Romanescu was at, and he's going to replace him as the keeper at Galway United on loan. Leao Brito, 68 overall, 81 potential at 21 years old. Shah Tom, 72 overall, 82 potential for the Malaysian left back, who's only 20 years old at this point. Such a well-rounded player. I'm looking to get some assists out of him this season if we can. More than we have at least. Mariar Musabayev is out on loan, 65 overall, 83 potential. Przemysław Wisniewski is now 30 years old, and the aging Polish center back is going to be sold. Not to say that we probably couldn't use a player like that, but I think that should tell you what we're going to do with the Loquencio money. Ciro Capitani, I gave a +1 to his overall, and obviously his potential also to a 71. Definitely played better than a 70 overall, and it may not be a huge upgrade for him, but it's a deserving little nudge. Alfredo Di Napoli, we sent him out on loan to Pisa. He just came back from his loan, but we're not ready to bring him back. I like our center back rotation right now. He is a solid player though, if we ever do decide to bring him back. I think he's got 73 potential. Fabrizio Valentini, kind of the same story. He's out on loan at Mantova, 67 overall, 77 potential for the 20-year-old. Liban Damak, the Somali hammer, is a 69 overall now, 80 potential for the 20-year-old Somali center back. Ricardo Galli was a big story out on loan at Bromley, a star for them. He has gone up to a 68 overall in quick succession, and he's got one of the highest potentials for any center back. He's got 84 potential. There's a chance we see him in the future for sure if he keeps growing at this rate. Willie Rouvier out on loan, 60 overall now, 82 potential. Godfrey Obama, we saw some of the best of him last season. We're hopefully going to see more and more appearances from the Kenyan 19-year-old center back with 83 potential. He's a 67 overall now. He's one of the players I gave a +1 overall to. I think very deserving after what we saw last season. Arash Motara Jabjafarpour, the Swedish right back, who is actually becoming a very important player off the bench because of his versatility at right back, left back, defensive mid. So he's a very useful utility player off the bench. And he's solid when we give him spot starts. Ernad Spaho, Bosnian right back, 65 overall, 77 potential out on loan. Kennedy Panzo, newcomer last season, definitely had his ups and downs, provided a nice moment in a good stretch of matches down the season though, so we're looking for that momentum to carry him into a good second season for us. The Angolan has 75 overall now, his potential still sits at a 79. I think that actually did go up by 1 last season, which is good to see. Wasim Al-Razi got the call up, and the right back from Bahrain is out on loan in Colombia, 63 overall, 81 potential, and this is one of those new players that we called up, and I can give you their potential now since they're at the senior level. And that reminds me, I never told you about Henry Verkouteren's potential. It is an 87, one of the highest we've had for a goalkeeper in this series. Leandro Andrade still out on loan in Portugal, and I still believe he could be a beast if we ever need to get him back, but he only has 76 potential. Max Payne, the defensive midfielder from New Zealand, is in Australia on loan, 17 years old now, and he's got 82 potential. Jules Drame, absolutely one of the best players in the academy last season, won us some academy tournaments, and he's actually quite a beast. I would love to see him someday, and I can tell you now, he has 86 potential, and if he gets anywhere near that, watch out. This dude might be an absolute monster. He's out on loan in the French 2nd Division. Karoy Anderson is one of those players that I gave a +1 to his overall to. I thought he played very well last season. He led the club in assists, or I think he was 2nd. And I'm looking for a big season from Karoy this year. Nnamdi Ofabor retired. It's his chance to shine out there. He's going to start basically every match. 24 years old now, and he has 77 potential still. Samuel Mbube, I gave him a +1 to his overall. I think our midfield very much impressed against those dominant Serie A midfields that we saw. Samuel Mbube, our new co-captain, definitely held his own. He still has 79 potential. Andrea Pizza's back from loan, and he is one of the players we are transfer listing. We're gonna sell him this season. Kareem Wadoud, sent him back out on loan. He came back this season. He's going to Malaga. Camilo Biaggi still out on loan at Reggiana, and let me remind you, Wadoud has 80 potential, Biaggi also has 80 potential, and Tavita Tukuafu, who had 78 potential at the start of last season, now has 81 potential, and his 67 overall just shows how fast he's growing. This midfielder has a chance as well to be seen someday. Next time he comes back from loan in 2 years after we just sent him out to the German 3rd Division, I think there's a chance we keep Tavita Tukuafu around. One of the first players we brought in from the academy in this series. Henrik Skov, I thought was very impressive last season, just didn't get as much playing time as I think we'd like, so that's going to change this season. You're going to see a lot of Henrik Skov. Mirko Antonucci came in to kind of help out our depth last season, a little bit of a veteran presence. His contract's running out. He was injured at the end of last season. We're going to sell him. Armando Echeverria, really looking forward to him taking that next step now that he's gotten used to the Serie A level. I think he needs to be a star for this club now, and I think he's going to be. He has been, but last season maybe didn't give you the numbers you're used to seeing. But this dude's got 40 assists for Capri in his career. He's tied for the lead in appearances in all time at this club right now with 176 over 5 seasons. And this is your reminder to look at these stats, all of them. They live in the Google sheet that I link in every description. Some pretty crazy stats in there, and Armando has been one of the leaders in stats at this club. I think he's going to get back to that level this season. Big expectations for Acheradana. Samuele Martino, back from his loan. He's a 72 overall, and he's got 82 potential. Very excited for his return. Him and Armando Echeverria are going to see a lot of playing time this season, and I think that's another reason why we can comfortably sell Antonucci. Oscar Bustamante from Guatemala got the call-up. He's got 83 potential. He's now out on loan in Ireland. Zachary Brault-Guillard, great season last season considering he is one of the lower overall players in the Serie A that starts on the wing. Both of these guys at their max potentials, but still both contributors to where we get goals from. Giuseppe Ferrari, I think he's just comfortably accepted a role at this squad as one of the depth wingers. And that's okay with him, so it's okay with us. He's not really got the ambitions to move on. He loves Capri. He's local to the island. He was born across the bay in Naples, so this is his club, and honestly, we'll get him playing time as much as we can, but he is definitely not going to be getting regular playing time anymore. Miguel Lala back from his loan. We're just going to sell him. At this point, I just don't see any way he can get back in the lineup. Talking about getting back in the lineup, Santiago Rojas. Football is life. He balled out in Austin, and he has absolutely got his swagger back. We're giving him the number 7 that Giuseppe Ferrari wore, which Giuseppe's going to get 17 now, but Santi is back. He is going to be right back on that wing, rotating with Matan and Brault-Guillard. I think we're going to see more of Brault-Guillard on the right wing, but don't worry, we're definitely going to see Santiago Rojas. Hiron de Guara, 90 potential, highest at the club. Had to say that. I've been waiting to confirm it. Finally gets the call up, and he's going out on loan to Tranmere Rovers for 2 years. Definitely a bright future there. We already talked about Dorgelis Nene, 26 years old, 79 overall, 81 potential. Hopefully going to be our leading goal scorer this season. Echo Saran. I love this kid, but it's just not working out right now. He's going out on loan so we can get some more playing time. Pietro Monti is out on loan, 66 overall, 80 84 potential for the little Italian winger. And then how about a new arrival from a player out on loan? Didn't expect this one, did ya? Yasun Tatar, the Mongolian winger, has 80 potential. That went up by 1 on his loan, and he's back. And I'm so excited to show him off. I think he's going to be a baller. But definitely more to come with him. LaQuincio is getting sold. I already talked about it. And you want to talk about records? He's not going to get to 100 career goals for the club, but 71 goals, 17 assists in only 113 appearances. That ratio is amazing for this dude over his 3 seasons at AC Capri, but his future lies somewhere else. Mo Money asked to go out on loan last January, so we put him out on loan. He's at Brøndby, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little mad at Mo Money. I think he would have gotten a lot of playing time if he just stuck around, especially with LaQuincio leaving now, but I'm leaving Mo Money out on loan, and we are gonna go in a different direction. I love this dude, but I think he needs to get his head straight out on loan, get some playing time, get that confidence back. That's what being a striker's all about. Abdallah Matoub, Libyan striker, out on loan, 60 overall, 77 potential. That hasn't really moved. Paddy Pringle. Oh, I'm excited for more of him. He's not going to be the starting striker. We're not just going to hand the reins over to him now that LaQuincio's going. Close. I almost did that, but instead I gave him a +1 to his overall to a 68. His potential is still an 83, and I definitely will get him on the pitch this season. Even though we're going to bring in a new striker in a way, he will still be getting a lot of playing time. And then there's a Yodo Goto, out on loan in the 2nd division or 3rd division of Germany. He's got a solid 80 potential, so don't count him out. You might see him in this series as well. So now it is time to see what kind of offers we get for LaQuincio, and then once we bring in that money for that big Dutch striker, we're going to go for a big player. But we can't until we sell him, so let's see what kind of offers we attract. And it's been busy so far, but the first offer has come in for LaQuincio, and it's from Eintracht Frankfurt, and they want to exchange Mateus Cunha and $4 million for LaQuincio. I think that's way off. We're not gonna take it. Second offer has come in for LaQuincio. It's Villarreal in Spain. They're starting at 41 million, so you can already tell they mean a little bit of business. Let's go see how much we can get out of them. But I don't know if this is the right club for LaQuincio. Yeah, we're not messing around. We want our money. Bring on a new club. Oh my god, I was trying to just really shoot for the stars with Fiorentina, and the Italian club just accepted a $66 million deal. So if that goes through, LaQuincio's gonna go to Fiorentina of all clubs. Oh my god. Wow. What a change in moves there. Inter were slow to react, and Fiorentina just dropped a bomb. They just gave us the bag. And there's LaQuincio with his bag. 71 goals for the club later. He's on his way out through those doors, and it's time to think about what happens next here at Capri. But 66 million euros. Absolutely crazy, man. We'll take it.
What did I say for you? Tell them to bring me my money.
Not only is that the record fee for Capri in this club's history, that is the record fee for Battersea, for Barrow Town, for Capri, for any FC Destiny club so far. And you see the other deals that have gone through. How about Vasilis Vasiliadis going to Hull City to literally just replace Anthony Recchiapi? I think that's hysterical. Przemysław goes to Heidenheim, Aaron Tanucci to Cercle Bruges, and Lala and Andrea Pizza both go to the MLS. But now a chain reaction of moves can start for AC Capri now that we've brought in that money. You look at the budget right now, we've got nearly 80 million euros in our current budget, and we're gonna go use it right now. We've got 2 players on this list, and this one is an absolutely game-changing signing. Adrian Wagner, the Austrian center back. I believe this is the David Alaba region, and my god, what a player he is. The pace, the strength, the defensive ability, and he's only 24 years old. He's got 84 potential right now, and he is going to be our marquee permanent signing that's going to transform this club. LaQuincio was a star that got us goals. Well, in the Serie A, you need a star that can help you prevent goals. Wagner's going to do it, and guess who's going to be our new striker? It's going to be the American Josh Sargent, one of my favorite players that I root for. If you've been watching him in real life, Josh Sargent has been balling out. Josh Sargent is going to be a Capri player, and we're not gonna buy him. We're gonna loan him in. To be honest, I don't know why Norwich would do that, but I already tested it out and they will go through with a loan. And why I brought it up earlier, if we loan him in and we can find the money to buy him, we will be able to eventually purchase him in the middle of the loan. But this is the plan for the future. A player like Josh Sargent allows Paddy Pringle to grow. And in 2 years when he's 31, hopefully Paddy Pringle is ready to be our striker, or Yodo Goto, or someone else. But let's go make these moves. And we were able to strike a deal with Norwich, but it was only if we paid for 65% of Josh Sargent's contract, but it's official. He's gonna be loaned into Capri as long as he accepts the deal. Now we're gonna start him off at 42 million for Adrian Wagner. This would be the Capri record transfer fee. Let's see what they say. And it's a deal. Oh, it is a deal. Breaking transfer records, and honestly, think about the value we're getting in this. I mean, that's just absolutely amazing business from this club. And Odell Tingling has got his star center back now. Oh, he's gotta love that. And there's no longer any doubts from Adrian Wagner after sitting down with our new manager, or his new manager. He is excited to be a part of the project and to really be the new star of this club. Here we go. And US soccer fans are gonna love this one. Look at him there, our new number 9. He's loaned in for 1 year, but I can see us keeping him longer. Josh Sargent, officially loaned in to Capri. Alright, so the last thing we're going to do this episode is talk about how we did in the preseason. Got a chance to see some players that don't usually play that much. Leao Brito being one of them. He gave a penalty away to Venezia and they put it away to go up 1-0. That's how our preseason began. Godfrey Obama impressed. Samuel Mbube with some nice control, getting it forward. And late in our first match, we didn't get a lot going, but how about Samuele Martino putting it away and Capri draw the first match of the preseason against Venezia. Nice finish from the Italian. And how about Adrian Wagner? First chance to see him on the pitch. He is an absolute mountain out there. And then we got to face Luton Town from the Premier League. Rachapi with his first start for Capri. 2 saves, 2 really nice saves. And then we got to see Santiago Rojas in action. His pace, his electricity has not left him, but finishing product, still a work in progress, but obviously this is the preseason. Josh Sargent could not put it away. What a save from Rachapi, and Luton Town get the goal to take the lead in this one. Yasun Tatar, look at him go. He is quick. We saw a lot of the Mongolian this preseason, but he loses it, we get it back, and Rojas with a chance, but he couldn't finish it. Tame finish from the Mexican, but my God, look at the first touch here. Oh, he's gonna excite. He is going to excite for this club. Again, this preseason was not about the results, and my God, what a start for Werder Bremen in our next one. But yes, it's all about performances. We're looking to see some things from some players. Paddy Pringle put away an offsides goal there, and we worked it well here. Here comes Capri. Pringle working it well to Armando, back to Paddy Pringle, and the Scottish striker, who we saw a good amount of, fires us back into this match. Henrik Skav, look at him dribble, get around through the midfield. We did struggle to get it through the midfield in this preseason, but here he creates a chance, doesn't come to anything, but look at him win it back and fight. That's what we want to see, because we know he has the ability on the ball. There was the defensive ability. Speaking of defensive ability, Obama, Rojas, the dribbling, and it didn't come to anything. Chance for Paddy Pringle, and he couldn't finish it up. But again, Rojas just couldn't find the finishing product. I think that's going to come. Talk about a finishing product, we couldn't get it from Paddy Pringle. I thought we had the match won there, but Brito wins it back, Matan gets it, onto Tatar, tries to feed it through to Pringle, but then he'll do it himself. Yasun Tatar, what an electric finish to the preseason against Werder Bremen, the Bundesliga side. Definitely some good signs there. I think we're just going to see more and more of Yasun Tatar. He is electric. Rojas will find his footing this season. this team's gonna be just fine. I think we're definitely staying up in the Serie A. Goal scoring is gonna be an interesting one this year without LaQuincio, but Rojas, Nene, Sargent, Armando, all of them are gonna contribute. It's gonna be a fun season again with Capri, and we get to see Adrian Wagner lead an incredible back line. But until that next episode, this has been Therios. You'll never walk alone.